Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Uncle Lander and this is Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition Paragon Vanguard build with mods. On the last episode we have went to the Citadel, we have visited Kaidan Olenko and he's currently unconscious. We also have figured out that Citadel and Council is just as helpful as hashtag thoughts and prayers. And after that, we are back on the Normandy, and we're currently gonna explore the ship, figure out what's good. Maybe we're gonna get some additional missions and maybe some of the stuff. So, my current build, level 33 Vanguard with 700 health and barriers, and the skills are as follows: Incendiary Ammunition, Pulled Biotic Charge, Shockwave, Assault Mastery, Fitness, and Dark Channel at rank 4, while Cryo Ammunition and Nova most likely is gonna be left behind. So, let's start the exploration of the ship. And let's start with the captain's cabin. Yeah, we also had the dream sequence, which I forgot to mention that, which so far I really enjoyed the dream sequence. Okay, so what do we have? We have a clock, we have that thing, armor locker. I know for a fact that I have managed to get some kind of a helmet, not helmet, but some kind of a, I think a body plate. So what do we have? We have shield regeneration and maximum health. I don't need shield regeneration. Arms with the melee damage. Also not very helpful. I need to try to find the balance when it comes to Vanguard between maximum shields and or health, weapon damage, and power damage. Everything else, it's kind of secondary. But what I could do is change the pattern on my armor, which I kind of want to do with that right now, not gonna lie. Lights, let's set up this color. Can I actually rotate? That actually looks pretty white. It looks pretty bright, doesn't even look the way I want it to look. Anyway, pattern color. Can I get the yellow? Yep. But there's also tint. No, tint 2, I think. No, that's also not the one. Yeah, that is actually not really the greatest. Kinda wish that those colors were more unified. Not gonna lie. I guess it is what it is. And I'm gonna be happy with what I got. Probably the more armors I'm gonna get, the more diverse my armor is gonna look. But for now, this is gonna do. Alright, so for now my ship is pretty much clean. Oh, I need to get my fish back. And what is this? Oh. And it basically closes up the window. Okay, whatever then. Select playlist Normandy radio. Oh yeah, that's one of the assets from the EGM. I can basically play the Normandy radio, which is gonna play either a random song or the song that I select. Let's check out the CIC. Let me check on Joker. Let me check on everything when it comes to the ship.
Commander, you've got a new message at your private terminal.
Thank you very much. Also, before we're gonna start conversation with Joker, just a reminder for everybody that this episode, like every single other, is being recorded live during my Twitch streams on twitch.tv/UncleLander. Come and say hi. I'm playing a variety of video games, charity events, game marathons, modded playthroughs, and I'm planning to expand to even more, so let's go.
Hey, Commander. You know, I had my doubts about the Council. But after years of ignoring your warnings, they're finally willing to step up and tell you they just can't help.
They're doing everything they can.
Did they at least validate our parking?
Nope.
Well, let me know if you want me to get them on the channel and then hang up on them. You know, for old time's sake.
Would love to do that.
Commander?
I assume everything's going well up here?
Edie and I are just enjoying the calm before the shitstorm, Commander.
How's the ship running, Edie?
I always work at optimal capacity.
Well, the Normandy's good. Everything's upgraded and better than ever. If we're talking about the crew, you'd probably have to ask a people person.
We're not gonna beat the Reapers just with a skeleton crew.
I have the capacity to accommodate the slacking of any number of productively suspect humans, Shepard.
What happened to the rest of the old crew? Maybe we could recruit them. Lots of Cerberus people think they're doing the right thing.
Perhaps you should consider upgrading my hardware.
Retrofits are always a pain in the ass.
Alright, let's see what Trainer has to say.
Commander, come to check on your new recruit.
Just wanted to see how you were doing.
Still trying
Kind
to
of
get
wish
my
that music in the background was not stopping
Normandy's
playing
updates. I
when
left
I
at
have
the
a
end of the
conversation
day.
with somebody.
I didn't even have a toothbrush.
Just
or
mute it a
change of
little bit
clothing
instead
until
of
I made some
removing it
emergency
totally.
purchases on the Citadel.
Next time you need something, just ask. You're not alone here.
Oh, it's no trouble, Commander. I'm sure you have larger concerns.
We can put in a requisition order.
My toothbrush is a Cision Pro Mark IV. It uses tiny Mass Effect fields to break up plaque and massage the gums. It costs 6,000 credits.
You're on your own.
Okay, yeah. You're on your own with that.
In any event, I appreciate you giving me the chance to stay. Was there anything else?
Okay, tell me about yourself.
How'd you end up in the military anyway?
My family didn't have money for university. When the Alliance saw my aptitude scores, they offered me a full scholarship. I served my required years after graduation and decided to stay. I really like the challenges of the lab. Although, I'm sure I'll grow to love frontline service as well.
I'm surprised you're worrying about a toothbrush. We got bigger problems right now.
Oh, believe me, seeing the Reapers on Earth was terrifying. But I won't help anybody by bursting into tears here in the CIC, will I? Being here on the Normandy helps. If anyone in the galaxy can stop the Reapers, it's you. And if flagging your messages and managing strategic intel helps you in any way, then it's worth it.
Okay, what about your lab job?
You worked in Alliance R&D?
Yes, you'd think quantum entanglement would make communication easy, but imagine incorporating multiple incoming sources and then networking them with extrapolations of time-lag data to construct a coherent situation GUI. It's an exciting challenge. For me, anyway.
Alright, and anything from personal history that is actually, well, worth listening to?
Where are you from originally?
A colony in the Terminus systems, actually. Though I studied on Earth, at Oxford. My parents were from London. They loved Earth, but they wanted the freedom a colony life could offer. If they stayed in London, I imagine they'd be dead right now.
A lot of people back on Earth are still alive, and counting on us.
Quite true, Commander.
Alright, that's all.
Carry on, Specialist.
Okay, so what do we have? We have War Terminal. War assets. The people, weapons, armies, and fleets that you've accumulated are your war assets. The overall readiness of the galaxy determines how effectively these assets will perform in the final battle. So a Prothean device. I'm not gonna read all of that. Honestly, I'm not gonna just like read all of that, because if I would start reading all of this, it would take me like a shit ton of hours to just, you know, be able to get everything. I'm gonna definitely read on some updates, but I am not going to browse through every single one of this. It's just like Codex, there's just too much of it. Okay, access the Spectre information processing. Quarian fleet intel. Quarian Pilgrim, Jean Volar, and Narnima on the Citadel received a large credit transfer from the fleet. Jean Novan purchased tech, including the high-end weapons mounted kinetic barrier emitters from several ship service centers. Inium, another Quarian pilgrim unidentified, was observed searching for the ship traveling close to Perseus Vale. The pilgrim was later heard saying that this pilgrimage was recalled. Data suggests the Quarian fleet was withdrawing its pilgrims and upgrading ships for combat somewhere near the Perseus Vale. This could be a reaction to the Reaper invasion, but no formal offer or request for assistance has come. Intel suggests the Quarians may instead be preparing for conflict with the Geth. Diluvian wildlands on Tetris. How much? Oh, there's a lot of reading. Okay. Hours ago, after the burst of extranet traffic nearby overloaded local convoys, all communications from territories went silent. We are analyzing the data and have taken steps to censor the information uploaded from this source, but it is losing battle and the panic is spreading. The cities of Iratiana and Madra have surrendered to an unknown invasion force, while the Speeder city garrison retains control of the sole surviving spaceport. We theorize that their capitulation is a fallout from the recent separatist conflict with the Turian hierarchy. Simply put, the fight has been knocked out of them. In addition, Uvalum Septimax, the war minister of Tetris, is urging all citizens to lay down their arms and accept their new overlords. The longer Septimax controls the Tetramac public broadcast, the more likely the other cities will surrender. You have no option but to eliminate the minister before he persuades more soldiers to lay down their arms. Lona Miran has been dispatched to carry out this assignment. That is Prosec Spectre Command. Homeward status update. The quants in a dookie and throwing in the fan. Yep, they definitely do. Charting the galactic invasion has proven difficult, but the early intel shows that they hit hardest at Earth, Karshan, and Palaven. This is our current intelligence in respect to their progress. Kaji, the Hanar planetary defense system is operational. There are no enemy ships have passed through the Canada relay. Disturbing reports of a new cult have been detected in ambassadorial databanks. Details are scarce. Karshan, communications from spy drones have fallen silent. The last data burst revealed that the hegemony is crippled by civil war. Illegal megaton warheads were deployed in some areas. Earth, Sol system communication are dead. The enemy devastated the human fleet station in the orbit. System Alliance 5th Fleet regrouping. Palaven, 4 Turian fleets sent from Palaven to Tetris were destroyed. The enemy immediately attacked Palaven. The Turians are attempting to stall their advance at Maine. Surkash, Delatras Nara and her bloodline has threatened rebellion if Solarian ships defend non-Solarian space. Delatras Lindgren refuses to enact martial law despite the threats by Nara. Tessia, the High Priestesses of Atama Politeia have convened to discuss how to respond to the invasion. They have applied for calm while they begin their deliberations. Most homeworlds have no reports of enemy activity. It is worth noting that we are monitoring the destruction of orbital satellites around Turves. Diplomatic channels suggest that Raloi are withdrawing from the Citadel to evade the war. Circa Tisan, Special Tactics and Recon. Oh, we got a bunch of private terminals. Glyph. Dear Commander Shepard, some of the data you found allowed me to research an upgrade for you. Simply access the terminal on Dr. Tisani. AD, welcome back. Bron Andrea. Yep. I'm not gonna read all of that. Forget about it. Normandy Manifest. So we have teammates that I can pick. I can even cycle their appearances during the combat. Yeah, you're gonna get that. When it comes to you, I don't know. You can get the second armor and just exit. I guess I'm gonna accept that. Crew Manifest. Wowee. Executive Officer. Can I... Okay, I can only get Jeff Moreau as Executive Officer, Marine Officer. It seems I can apply bunch of roles on my ship because of the EGM Inspector. Equipment Manifest. So we have the Codlac. Secondary vehicle escorting not available. Cargo has a doggy in alert condition. The ship is at battle stations as it may enter combat at any time following the exit from the FTL travel. Armored shutters are positioned over vulnerable weak points. The stealth drive will be engaged and weapon systems changed. Get general hands, please. For now, this is the best I can do for Normandy. We're definitely gonna do a little bit more in the future. I'm definitely gonna assign some people. We're definitely gonna assign some people to specific roles. So basically, Okay, so that's maintenance shaft, and this is basically like a fast travel point. If I want to go from point A to point B without using the elevator, I'm still gonna use the elevator. I'm not gonna get stopped by that. So what do we have? A ward terminal. Yeah, it's simply the same information that I can get from. It's basically the same type of information I could get from my private terminal, so I don't really have to necessarily take a look at that. Let me check on. Okay, I cannot talk with what's his name, Hackett. I always want to call him Bishop because it's the same actor that played Bishop in Aliens 2 that voices Admiral Hackett.
Commander Shepard.
Hey Red, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let me give you a shout out. Alright, so that was the second floor of the ship. Let's check the crew deck. And we already have a bunch of names placed on the placket over here. We have Ashley Williams, which who cares? Lance Hendrickson, yes, I never can remember that name. And that is on me. Doing okay, thanks. It's Friday for me, so there's that. Yay! Good for you. Revelations novel. Ascensions novel, okay. Both of which are probably gonna get back to my quarters and check the crew quarters themselves. It seems like you're just sitting down. Yeah, people are just being chilling over here. Life support. Where normally we would find Thane, now there's nothing but emptiness. Model Destiny Ascension. What's this? Oh, that's the maintenance shaft. Yeah, I don't need to use the shortcut. I'm fine with this. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Port observation. Where normally would be Kasumi Goto, now there is a bar and a freaking poker table. I mean, hell, why not? Why should I complain about those things? I'm not a hazard man myself, but crew definitely can use some form of relaxation. So, I guess in the end, not a stupid idea. I wonder if I will be able to do the trick with the screens.
Commander Shepard, it's a pleasure to see you again.
You're the drone from the Shadow Broker's ship.
Dr. Tassoni now refers to me as Glyph instead of Info Drone, 95% of the time. If you have a moment, I'd like to draw your attention to a terminal in her office. It analyzes information packages. If you find any useful data, I can research upgrades for you.
And what should I be looking for?
I'll inform you if you found relevant data. When you do, return to this terminal for your choices.
Oh boy.
In the meantime, Dr. Tassoni would like to speak with you. Have a pleasant day.
Thank you, Glyph.
Meeting with the council didn't go too well, huh?
Okay, what do we have from Power? Armor mod kit. Farron has persuaded his contacts to ship an armor mod kit to the Normandy, technically illegal in Citadel space.
Which portion of the galaxy to save?
Wow. Becoming the big info brokers turned you into a real cynic, Liara. I like it.
I'm flattered, I think.
Okay, Farron has persuaded his contacts to ship armor mod kit to the Normandy. Technically illegal in Citadel space, this kit Omni-Gel converter and manufacturing fabricator can make a one-time modification to Shepard's armor, improving shield strength or adding thermal clip compartments. Yeah, let's open this. 5% to shield and barriers? Yes, please. Is that really all? Yep, that's all. Broker terminal
contains non-essential correspondence from your allied forces.
Exactly.
Dr.
That's
Tassoni has granted you access.
basically we're gonna like spying on everybody. That's what this terminal is for. If you're really that much of a lore nerd, you can go for it. I would say that this thing is taking there's just a lot of lore to expose, and there's just not enough time to read all of that. Let's talk to Liara.
Looks like you brought more than just that drone from your ship.
A few things were necessary. I'd be a very silent shadow broker without data feeds.
So you have access to your resources?
What I can get. We'll need it to research this Prothean device. Until we understand precisely what it does, it's far too dangerous to use.
And I agree with it.
It'd be nice to know we're not kids playing around with a loaded gun.
Absolutely. The damage it could cause if it backfired is unthinkable. People were finally starting to listen before the Reapers came. If we'd had a little more time, maybe Earth wouldn't. I'm sorry. I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
The thought means a lot, Liara. Thanks.
You're welcome. And since I didn't mention it before, it's good to be back, Shepard. Hello again, Shepard.
Alright, let's investigate. Let's basically exhaust every single piece of conversation that we possibly can.
How much do you know about this Prothean artifact?
Very little. We're fortunate enough data survived to piece together the blueprints.
That's a little bright.
Decoding them will require as many specialists as we can find.
It's that high-tech?
I'd have killed for a glimpse of it during graduate school.
Alright, what about the glyph?
You brought your little helper with you?
Its name is Glyph. It helped sort through all the data that led me to the archive on Mars.
It was a pleasure to be of assistance, Doctor.
Glyph's interfaced with the data feeds. Its analytical software should come in handy.
Okay, so in Mass Effect 2, from one of the DLCs, Liara have became the new Shadow Broker. How that is gonna help us?
What's been happening with you as the broker, Liara?
It's been exciting. The old broker's ship, impressive, but it was never meant to be space-worthy. Which meant the elusive man eventually tracked me down on Hagalaz.
Oh,
What
lovely.
happened?
I knew he was coming. Farron and I loaded as much of the ship's specialized hardware onto a shuttle as we could. We got away from Cerberus' ships after arranging an appropriate distraction.
And how did you get away?
What kind of distraction?
Sending the broker's ship exploding into a Cerberus cruiser. I don't think the elusive man
Effective.
expected me to give up my resources in such a spectacular fashion.
Okay, so any kind of new information?
What have you been up to since we last saw each other?
Since you helped me defeat the Shadow Broker, I started looking for defenses against the Reapers. The Protheans were the only ones with substantial information on them. The older civilizations barely had records. I knew the elusive man was hunting for the same thing when our agents began crossing paths.
Like on Mars.
I thought I'd covered my tracks, but he had surveillance there all along.
We'll talk later, Liara.
Of course.
Oh, there's all there is to do.
Enjoy your day.
Okay, let me try to re-enter. Maybe the screens are gonna be following me a little bit later. Yeah, because those screens that we see over here, I don't know if the patches and all the mods that I have fixed that, but those screens supposed to follow me. They basically supposed to set up their point of view is dependent on where Shepard's head is pointed. So for example, if I'm looking at them like this, they should be pointed at me, and if I'm looking at this, they should be rotated. They are following the eyes in the perspective of Shepard's head. But it seems like this time, at least right now, the screens are not following my head whatsoever, which is fine. It's okay. I'm gonna miss Rupert. Maybe in after one of the priorities that's gonna happen, which I hope it will. Okay, let's see, what do we have here? No red markers so far. Actually, I should get back to the to Liara's room to make sure I'm gonna pick up every single ship that I have. Well, that I had bought in Mass Effect 2. Because yes, even decorations for your ship are going from previous game to the next game, so it's always worth to take a look. And also, let's not forget Space Hamster. We need to get the Space Hamster.
Commander?
Doctor?
Everything okay down here, Doctor?
The Alliance team cleaned up and restocked, but it's still my old med bay.
Feels like home.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Let's waste no time. If I may, I'd like to examine you.
Yeah, better be safe than sorry. Health is important.
I guess a checkup never hurts. Just no scalpel this time, Doc.
Alas, to my great disappointment, it is nothing invasive. I'm just going to run some diagnostics on your implants, and it'll take a few readings. Good. Your implants are showing little sign of rejection. Just keep up that positive outlook of yours, Commander, and your scars shouldn't return. That's it. You're the picture of health.
Yeah, Chekwas is definitely a likable character. It's not the doctor from the DS9, but...
How's their inventory of meds?
The medbay was fully stocked before you left Earth. We should be good for a long time, even given the amount of fire you take each day.
It's not the hologram doctor or Dr. Bashir, but this would still do, I guess. Still a great character.
Do you ever regret working for Cerberus?
We didn't work for them. We used them. If I were to feel anything, it would be guilt. We took their money, took their best people, took their best ship. We used them to defeat the Collectors, and now we are using their resources against them. So no, I don't regret it one bit.
You prefer Bashir over Beverly? Who doesn't? I don't know a lot of people who actually likes that Dr. Beverly from the TNG that much. I really don't. Especially her son. Everybody's shitting on the freaking on the little boy. What was his name? Wesley. Yes.
You never mentioned any of your family.
None to speak of.
Wesley Crusher.
I'm the last of a prestigious line of medical
Shut up, Wesley.
professionals. The Alliance is my spouse, and you're all my children. I'm blessed with many close friends. But with each Alliance vessel
Jinx,
taken,
you owe me a
I
Coke,
lose
Red.
We need to end this war.
I'll see you around, Doctor.
Take care, Shepard.
What's this? Music data pad.
They just don't make them like this anymore, Shepard.
Select ambient works 7582. I don't know if I want to play it. Because it could be a copyrighted music. Better be safe than sorry. What's this? Reassign power bonuses. Oh, yeah. This basically allows me to pick up whatever power I actually want as a bonus weapon. I'm not gonna do it. I can even reassign the powers if I really feel like it. I could reassign my own powers, but I think I'm pretty good. Let's see. It's a good thing that this door is locked. Soon TM on that thing. That will probably be claimed based on the years. Yeah. I can already see that. I can already see like the freaking copyright claims on muted VOD on Twitch. I can definitely see that. Let's go for engineering. Starboard cargo. Okay, so this is where the Alice is. Which, the actual name of the lady that is playing Allers is Jessica Chobot. And, okay, let me put it like Diana Allers, sorry. It's Jessica Chobot. And the thing is, in the game, they screw up her face. I don't really like her face in the game. Because at the moment of when they were doing, Chobot in herself, she's actually a much less chubby person than she is in the game.
How's your new assignment working out, Allers?
Fairly normal, except for the unshackled AI, Matriarch Benezia's daughter, and the communicator that can reach Earth. The first two, I can deal with. That last one gets my attention.
So what are you asking for exactly?
Anything from Earth is the lead story right now. That's not opinion, it's fact.
Maybe I can pass on a few non-classified progress updates.
Seriously? You just doubled my ratings. I don't need FaceTime, just a data upload.
Tell people what's really happening on Earth. We need long recruiting lines on every planet after you air a story.
I can do this, Commander. Remind me to tell you about the time I made an Elcor cry.
Time that I made Elcor cry? With sadness. Sob, sob, sob.
Commander.
I wonder how that would look like. Okay, so we cannot get to the port cargo, at least not yet. I'm gonna miss these two. And then again, I know for a fact that I can recruit them later, so it's no big. Oh, Engineer Adams, familiar face from the first game.
Commander, welcome back to the Normandy. Or maybe you should be saying that to me.
Engineer Adams, what are you doing here?
I was put in charge of the drive core retrofits. My experience on the Normandy SR-1 made me an obvious choice.
So, what do you think of our SR-2?
She's incredible. If there's one nice thing I can say about Cerberus, it's that they know how to build a ship. And about that, Cerberus, I mean, I owe you an apology.
How so?
Back when you got this ship, Dr. Chakwas contacted me, asking me to help with your mission against the Collectors. I refused. I didn't have your back, and I'm sorry for that.
And you don't need to apologize.
Your alliance first. That's the way it should be.
Thank you, Commander. Glad to be aboard.
Alright, what about your family?
Is your family okay?
My parents are serving on Viridian Zenith, an Alliance agricultural vessel. My sister is a navigator on the SSV Benjamin Davis. Happy to report that both vessels are safely under Hackett's command.
Good. What can you tell me about Normandy?
Does the new Normandy stack up to the old SR-1?
Stack up. It blows the old ship away. The Tantalus drive core has been completely overhauled. The SR-2 might be nearly twice the size, but the new drive core is 3 times bigger. This ship can fly. That said, Cerberus isn't too high on safety. If pushed past her limits, this core would vent into engineering. Guess it gives my team incentive to keep her well balanced during a firefight.
Do your job or get vaporized.
Pretty much. I noticed you upgraded the kinetic barriers with cyclonic technology. Should help reduce the draw when under missile fire.
Hopefully that means fewer vaporized engineers.
The IES stealth system is significantly improved. It can handle a higher blue shift of our emissions.
And that means?
We should be able to drop out of FTL without triggering every sensor in range. Very handy for stealth reconnaissance. All in all, the Normandy is a marvel of engineering.
Okay, so I bet he definitely have encountered Edie.
What do you think of Edie?
We had a good talk during the retrofit. A little strange at first, talking shop with an AI.
AI? I thought Edie posed as a VI to keep the likes of you from unplugging her.
Yeah, but I saw through her. Have you seen her hardware? Processing power is off the charts. And then there were the problems that kept fixing themselves. If I hadn't had her pegged, I would have sworn I was losing it.
You wish you did.
Skepticism, Lieutenant Adams.
I figured I'd better play it safe with the Cerberus AI, Edie. No offense.
None taken. As long as you keep your fingers out of my cognizance processors.
In the beginning, I tried disconnecting her from key processes without giving myself away. Easier said than done. But Joker seemed to trust her, and in time I saw her advantages. Even grew to like her.
Not only you. Alright.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
Alright, let's see. Do we get anything to pick up over here? Nope. What's this? Engineering upgrades. Oh boy. And entirely new things to possibly buy. Scanning range, scanning efficiency. Solaris armor. Let's see what I can do. Shooting range was 6k. Okay, that actually is pretty cheap. And I think that's the only upgrade for the ship that I can currently get. Okay, now I need to be pretty observant, because if I recall correctly, this is where the Captain Squeakers is gonna be. Gotcha! Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way to the top of the ship. We're gonna hear Captain Squeakers, as I would politely call him like that. All right, final section of the ship, the shuttle bay. Yeah, it was a ladder to go on the upper section of the ship. Basically, I think it's EGM that basically allows you to, instead of using the elevator, you use a fast-traveling ladder to simply get from one point to another. It is not a bad thing when it comes to this game, but I simply don't want to use it. Nothing personal. Nothing personnel, kid. Well, weapon bench. Let's see. Definitely gonna remove that. Yeah, give me the Vindicator. And give me the Katana, and I can put 2 mods on Katana: barrel and armor piercing unit. And we're gonna confirm that for now. Because I don't have any other upgrades when it comes to other stuff. Armor is out of the question. I don't have any new armor parts. Okay, Cortez, what can you tell me about yourself?
Lieutenant Steve Cortez, shuttle pilot. Got news about our supply chains, Commander.
At ease.
Nice to meet you, Lieutenant. What's going on?
Sorry to just jump in, Commander. There's so much to be done, I get caught up in the tasks at hand.
He's always like that. You need to chill out, Esteban.
So you do care, Mr. Vega? Or is that the Cerveza talking again?
So what's happening with our supply chains, Lieutenant?
Alliance procurement chains are in chaos, but the Citadel's economy is still running. I can network to Citadel retailers. You can view inventory and make purchases right from this console.
When I network to a new store, I'll let you know.
It does cost more to coordinate delivery to the Normandy, so it's cheaper to buy supplies when you're there.
So, you're my shuttle pilot.
Unless it's weapon
procurement
upgrades.
chains?
I wasn't assigned as Normandy's pilot. Not much need for one on a dry dock ship. I was overseeing the retrofit of the cargo hold. I'm quite familiar with the operation and maintenance of the UT-47 Kodiak and the M44 Hammerhead. From my experience, it made sense for me to take over as shuttle pilot when we left Earth. Especially given Mr. Vega's love of mid-air collisions.
To save the day, pendejo.
I'm also responsible for logistics, making sure the armory and shuttle are properly stocked and maintained.
My bad. It's not. It's you have nothing to apologize for, Wamba. Okay, so what would be your service record?
How long have you been with the Alliance?
About 10 years. I enlisted in First Fleet serving on the SSV Hawking, flying F-61 Tridents mostly. I love the Trident. Practically dances in low atmo. I spent as much time tinkering on my bird as flying her. Got a bit of a reputation.
So you can fly fighters and fix them.
Yeah, and I got a knack for procurement too. They were grooming me for CAG, but my skill set made me more valuable commanding a flight deck. They assigned me to the Normandy retrofit team about 5 months ago to oversee all cargo bay modifications.
Alright, what about the ground vehicle?
What happened to the M44 Hammerhead?
It was sent to the tech labs for a retrofit. To afford mobility with such a small ESO core, its design sacrificed armor plating. The lab engineers are trying to improve that. After the Reaper invasion, those labs are probably just a pile of rubble.
I wouldn't give up on those laboratories that soon. What about the shuttle itself?
The Kodiak seems a bit different.
Good eyes, Commander. This is the UT-47A Kodiak. It's got an upgraded ESO core and prototype stealth technology based on the Normandy design. For quick drops, I can get you in and out virtually undetected. She flies like a brick, so that's why you need a good pilot.
But does it drive like a Mako?
Do you maintain this armory?
I share that duty with our illustrious Mr. Vega. Though I believe the only weapon he really cares to maintain is himself.
You know you love the show, Esteban.
The first retrofit we did was to move the armory down from Deck 2. I'm not sure what Cerberus engineers were thinking. Now you get off the elevator, pick your gear, and head right into the shuttle.
Just like the original Normandy.
Welcome back to the Alliance, Commander.
Alright, and any family?
You were stationed on Earth. Do you have family there?
I'm an only child. Lost my parents years ago. I had a husband back when I was stationed at Ferris Fields. The Collectors took out the whole colony. I'd rather not talk about it.
Fair enough.
Keep up the hard work, but don't kill yourself.
Yes, Commander.
And so what do we got here? Procurement. Okay, so what? That's a backpack. Shields and ammo capacity, encumbrance, speed penalty 10%, max grenades 4. This is not really gonna help me. This is a good backpack, but the problem with it is it's gonna lower my speed. I'm a Vanguard. I need to be as strong as possible, true, but I need to also be fast as possible. I cannot sacrifice the speed. Visor, weapon damage, headshot damage. That is good for infiltrators, not really for me. Kodiak, but it's 20k? No. Shooting targets, Reapers. Yeah, sure. Citra supplies, we got nothing. Casa fabrication. We got scimitar. I need to upgrade my katana first. Saber, very good semi-automatic. Revenant, Incisor, Indra, Widow. Pistol magazine upgrade. It's a pistol, assault rifle, stability. That actually might be good. A sniper rifle. Might take the upgraded magazine. Shotgun spare thermal clip. Don't think, but it's only 400, so why not? Model Alliance Codlac. Yep. Okay, so that was Casa Fabrications. Let's take the Spectre. Black Widow. Harry's got 15k. Piranha's 12k. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like wait a little bit before I'm gonna be able to actually buy more stuff. For now, this is gonna be the best. Barrier Frontiers. All the additional systems. OB3, 6. Yeah, I'm gonna buy this. Because I'm gonna have to buy that anyway, so... There we go. So for now, this is it. That's firing range. I can test my weapons over here. Check the weapon upgrades. Let's see. I'm definitely gonna upgrade the katana. And because it's so cheap, I think I'm gonna max it out. Yeah, it's very cheap. I'm gonna do that. It's gonna serve me for a long time. Okay, so I think upgrading Vindicator is also not gonna drain me out of the entire budget, so I'm gonna do that. Until I'm gonna be able to buy the Harrier, Vindicator is gonna be good enough. And also, for the sake of my own companions, I'm gonna upgrade the Shuriken. There we go. Now every single of my companions and me myself, we have upgraded weapons. A little bit worse with the armor, but it is what it is. Actually, let me save the game and let's test out that shooting range. Okay, so we have powers available. Oh, and I can just cast powers if I want to. Okay. Yeah, the biotic powers don't really work. Which is understandable. Yeah, so now, because of the shooting range, we don't have to go to the Citadel shooting range to test out the weapons. And Vindicator, in this game, regains its burst fire ability. And James... James is punching his bag. And of course, you also have, you know, everybody just watching. Yeah, let's exit the range, and that brings the ship back to its normal state. Alright, let me take a look around. There's something. Geth cruiser. Alliance cruiser. Yeah, I basically have a mod that not only allows me to buy all the upgrades for the weapons, I can also buy them cheaper. Because I think that is a fair game. I just think it's a fair game. Because a lot of purchases in this game are stupendously expensive. And with the EGM, being able to save a little bit of that money actually pays off. Because not only we have a open space over here that can be used to buy an additional vehicle, we're also gonna have to purchase other things for the ship. I think that's all the ships, all the parts of the, all the model ships that I can buy from. So let's talk to James.
Hey, Shepard. How'd it go with the council?
Same as usual. Non-committal, unhelpful.
Bet they still wanted you to help them out, no?
Yep. We're going to rescue a Turian Primarch from Palaven.
Sounds like fun. Never been to the Turian homeworld. You come down here for something? Or are you just looking?
I did just come to chat, but I might stay for the show.
Have to work harder than that if you want me to blush. Not sure what there is to talk about. You already know my service record.
I don't, actually. I didn't have access to personnel records when we met.
Right. Forgot about that. Well... Think you can dance and talk at the same time?
Sure can.
Oh, I can dance.
Okay, Lola.
No, you can't. You Shepard, you
this.
cannot dance.
Don't let my good looks fool you, Vega. I got my share of scars.
You remind me of my old CO.
Oh, yeah? And who was that?
Captain Tony. He was a hard-ass son of a bitch, but a good leader.
Was?
Died. With most of my squad. Protecting a civilian colony from a collector attack.
And the colony?
It was either them, or the intel we had on the collectors. Intel we could have used to destroy them. I chose the intel.
Sorry. That's a tough call.
The best part was, we didn't really need the intel in the end. Because you were out saving the galaxy by taking down the entire collector homeworld.
You didn't know. You can't blame yourself, Vega.
Who says I'm blaming myself?
Just a guess.
You a shrink too?
No, but that stunt back on Mars was reckless. You're lucky to be alive.
So?
So, maybe you don't care if you live or die.
Or maybe... I'm just willing to do whatever the fuck it takes to end this goddamn...
Maybe you are. But if you're half as good as I think you are, we need you alive.
Thanks for the pep talk.
Anytime.
Hey. Thanks for the dance, Lola.
Lola?
Lola, huh?
You kinda look like a Lola.
You're cute, so I'll let you get away with it. For now.
That's it. Now you made me blush.
Yeah, you're a Shepard that's flirting with the officer on the ship. That's illegal. Okay, let me check the captain's cabin really quick. We still need to get the fish. But yeah, we got most of the models. There are still a few available, and Captain Squeakers. The little squeak. It's lovely. Okay, Combat Information Center. Yeah, that was a long one. So, before we're gonna continue, I think it's gonna be a good moment to basically cut this episode, at least when it comes to YouTube-wise. People of Twitch, we are still gonna continue on with the stream. But people of YouTube, this is the end of this episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, consider subscribing, ring the bell, step in the like, the video, comment, all that good stuff. Links for my mod list as well as all the other socials can be found in the description below and the pinned comment down below. Thank you guys once again, and I'll see you on the next episode.